What happens when Studio Ghibli meets AI? Well, graphics cards melt, servers cry, and Sam Altman channels his inner Howl. But that is just the beginning. Yes, that's right, OpenAI's Ghibli-style image generator crashed the internet, and a 9950X 3D chip decided that it had enough and tries to self-destruct. NVIDIA drops its laptop GPU lineup that costs more than your rent, and Nintendo bets the entire castle on the Switch 2. You know the drill, let's get into it. Guys, I would be okay if I never saw one of these Studio Ghibli-style ChatGPT image renderings ever again. I don't know about you, but it's really wearing a little bit thin, isn't it? I'm on board with the memes. I'm going to show you an example from my Twitter. But first, check this out. OpenAI's biggest surge since ChatGPT. AI Ghibli art melts GPUs, quote unquote, as 1 million users flood in. There's a good parallel that's drawn just as to how many users signed up just to do this. You've seen it everywhere. Brands are using it to make memes now. That's how you know a meme has gone on too long and it's unwelcome, is like when the Wendy's account is making content around it. We've gotten there. However, this viral phenomenon has come with an unexpected consequence. OpenAI's GPUs struggle to keep up, leading to temporary rate limits and longer processing times. So if you've been using ChatGPT and you've been having some issues getting responses back, or it's been locking up, you can thank all the people making Studio Ghibli images. CEO Sam Altman has jokingly remarked that the company GPUs are melting, quote unquote, under the intense demand. But what's happening behind the scenes? And why is AI generated art putting such a strain on computing resources? All right, check this out. This is a pretty good insight just as to how crazy this trend has been for ChatGPT and OpenAI. Sam Altman said the ChatGPT launch 26 months ago was one of the craziest viral moments I'd ever seen. And we added 1 million users in 5 days. So there's some perspective, right? They added 1 million users in a single hour just because of this Studio Ghibli trend that has been going on. It is pushing people towards AI. And for OpenAI, you can see how they're taking advantage of this as well. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but first let's get into like why it's using so many resources, right? Unlike traditional image processing, AI models must analyze vast data sets, apply complex artistic techniques, and render thousands of tiny details pixel by pixel. What they've really done is they've limited free tier users. They see money coming from these Studio Ghibli style requests. And how do you capitalize on that while also decreasing the workload? You better start paying, baby. Free users are getting their butts kicked. 3 images a day. That's all you'll get. But look how handsome this guy is. Man, I wish I was that buff. Make sure you're following on Twitter, by the way. Before I get into this article, I have a few things that I'm worried about. The new 9950X 3D just came out not too long ago, and we have a very interesting report. Now, this is interesting for several reasons. One, you hate to hear about a fried CPU. Second, I have basically this exact combination in my PC that I'm using right now. I'm going to show you in a second. Check this out. Now, this is not a widespread, as far as I know, issue that we've seen. Let's dive into it. Redditor is claiming that the Ryzen 9 9950X 3D that they purchased fried in an ASRock motherboard after 3 weeks of use. Just 2 days ago, we had a story from Reddit about the Ryzen 9 9950X 3D having boot up issues on an ASRock motherboard. There was also no evidence of CPU failure because the CPU was returned with the allowed window. So they did have to go through the RMA process, which is kind of nice. Another user has had a similar problem, but in this case, there's visible damage to the GPU after 3 weeks of use. So there's no way to return it without a lengthy warranty process. This case has 2 things in common: the CPU version, the Ryzen 9 9950X 3D, and the ASRock motherboard. The Redditor says that he chose ASRock because it offers most cost-effective motherboards. Side note, I actually am a pretty big fan of current day ASRock products. Their BIOS has typically been like really solid. When there were a bunch of microcode issues and things going on, they were the first to kind of jump on it and really make some good progress there. So I personally am a fan of ASRock motherboards. I have one in this build. In fact, let me show you. Hopefully this doesn't happen to me or I'm going to be eating my words right now. Check this out. I'm running Tai Chi board, X870. I'm running the 9950X 3D. I just now upgraded, and seeing this article doesn't make me super happy But also, this is one report, so we got to keep that in mind. So what happened with this processor? Let's talk about it. The Redditor says the issue emerged after a long gaming session on a relatively non-GPU or CPU-hungry title. The CPU was under more stress because the user had just upgraded to a 4K OLED monitor. Way to freaking flex, man. That's rad. Unfortunately, once the user returned to the PC, it no longer booted up and never booted up again. It's worth adding that the user confirms no overclocking or even PBO was enabled. Neither AMD or ASRock have confirmed that there are ongoing issues. So we'll see what happens here. Personally, I'm keeping a close eye on this. Let me know, are you guys rocking the new 9950 or 9900 X3D? Very curious to see if you guys have picked up that processor. I jumped right on it because it's a sick proc and it made sense for me. Let me know down below. Now, laptop GPUs are coming out for the 50 series. Check this out. NVIDIA launches Blackwell Mobile on the very last day of Q1. They said they'd launch in Q1. We didn't think it would come on the very last day of Q1, but here we are. And I'm going to get into why some of this was delayed or some speculation here. Let's dive into it. You can now order or pre-order the RTX 50 laptops, and based on marketing on social media, today is the official launch day. Overall, it seems that availability is a major concern. Now, availability for GPUs? Say it ain't so. Well, it looks like that extends into the laptop universe of NVIDIA as well. Are we surprised? Probably not. But in this case, several laptops with RTX 50 series have a release date pushed back by 2 or 4 weeks. Now, why? Some people are speculating that it's due to issues with the ROP configurations on laptops. My goodness, what a nightmare for NVIDIA. For it to even trickle down into the laptop SKUs. Some laptop makers confirmed that NVIDIA requested all laptops to be checked before shipping, which has obviously affected shipping and distribution because you've got to go back and check all those SKUs to make sure you're not missing any ROPs. That sucks. Pricing, obviously on the higher. The cheapest 5090 laptop is, oh my goodness, $4,300. And again, it's not a true 5090. We've talked about this in previous videos. The GPU in that laptop, it says 5090 on it, but the performance difference is significant compared to desktop. I know a lot of people watching this know that. Those that don't, just understand it says 5090. You're not getting true end-to-end 5090 support like you would in a desktop. You're not getting that performance out of a laptop GPU. It just ain't happening. I use them on the go. I almost never game on them. Let me know if we've got some laptop gamers in the comments or if you're considering 50 series laptops now that they are available. Let me know down below. The Nintendo Switch 2. Now listen, I have a Switch. The Switch 2 is actually going to be very interesting. I'm going to show you some charts on past Nintendo consoles and what has happened on the second release. This is basically make or break for Nintendo. Think about it. You've got Sony with the PlayStation, and they have a bunch of other properties that Sony has. Xbox. I mean, Microsoft, Xbox is basically like this much of Microsoft's overall business. They've got other stuff to focus on. Nintendo, the Switch 2 needs to be a banger. That's pretty much what they got. Yes, they've got other properties for games and stuff, but in terms of consoles, like, this really needs to be a banger. First Switch is set to go down as Nintendo's best-selling device ever. The hybrid machine, which can be played on TV or at home, generated some $100 billion in sales and propelled Nintendo's shares to record highs. Now, this is very interesting when we're talking about the differences between the Switch and the Switch 2, which I'm going to get into. But first, I want to show you the cycle of when new consoles come out or have come out for Nintendo, and then the follow-up to those consoles, the V2, if you will. So we had the DS that really kicked off, saw some great momentum going into 2007, 2008, and then the 3DS comes out. Little lukewarm on the 3DS. The Wii and the Wii U. Now, the Wii was a banger. Do a little bit of Wii, just for Wii bowling alone. But look at this. You see the initial release. Ooh, the Wii U. Now, the Switch. This is what it looks like right now in terms of sales. Banger of a console. The Switch 2 needs to come in and it will probably end up doing something like this, I would imagine. Let me know what you guys think. The big differences in these consoles are obviously you've got a beautiful display, right? You have an awesome display, maybe up to 4K when it's docked, which on the original Switch, the Switch 1, if you will, you're up to 1080p docked. So I would imagine you'd get some resolution boosts. when it comes to the screen and things like that. But overall, like, are we looking at, much difference in terms of this console to where it's going to prompt a bunch of people to upgrade and get a new one? Maybe. The Switch came out in 2017. We're 8 years past. And a lot of people that were early adopters on the Switch may be ready for, a new console of that type, right? Maybe it will sell a bunch. I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in the Switch or what consoles that you guys have outside of obviously PCs, because PC Master Race represent. Oh boy. Now, I talked about this. This is MSI's Lucky Dragon promotion. Basically, you collect these cute little dragons, and if you get enough of them, you get a free 5080. They've ended the promotion early. 2 months early, in fact. Quick recap, MSI launched its RTX 5080 Vanguard Launch Edition models in January. Each card in this specific version came with one of the 11 available Lucky Dragon figurines. Users who collected 9 of them would be eligible to exchange them for a full RTX 5080 graphics card. Now, the last time the video cards published this, 5 cards had been exchanged, which was surpassing expectations because, listen, if you've got to buy you got to buy 10 of them to get a free graphics card? Not a lot of people are doing that, you would think. But apparently, MSI has underestimated nerds because, listen, we will go through hell to get something, whether it's collecting things, in-game stuff. Like, there's a grind there, right? And you can only assume that there's some sector of people who grind on the hardware side. Like,
I'm going to buy 9 of these.
I'm not that guy, but apparently there were a lot of people that were into this. Check this out. MSI Taiwan, by the way, who was running the promotion, didn't expect there would be a group of gamers so dedicated. Today, the retailers where these exchanges took place were informed that they are ending the promotion 2 months in advance. It was supposed to run until May 31st, but will end. It ended yesterday, so it's over. A total of 11 gamers, or rather collectors, very true, had been able to exchange the figurines for a full RTX 5080. In reality, so here's what happened. People started to collect them from abroad, which increased their chances. Moral of the story, don't run promotions if you underestimate the dedication of certain gamers. 11 cards, 11 free 5080s? Shut it down. You just have these cool figurines and you can't do anything with them other than, what's this guy doing? This guy in a barrel drinking beer? Sick. That's the one I want. Can we get some good tries, MSI, in the comments? All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. I noticed that a lot of you still aren't subscribed, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, throw a like, and love it when you guys post in the comments. Go ahead, post below, and we'll see you next time. Later.